Okay, show you some of the issues I'm having with this fender and inner fender and the cab. I had to make new shims to put under the cab mounts to raise the front up. Really had to pry the fender out and back to get these in. You can see here how far out it is. And I made this right off the old one. And you can see it was laying out, excuse me, for the new bracket. Let me grab that. Where did I just see it? Right here. Alright. This goes right in there, like so. And that's what anchors the back of the fender. But you can see I'm a good half-inch back, and it's not supposed to be. This whole front edge is supposed to be up. And look at this. This whole back of the fender's got to come up. But if I raise this is going to set even higher, because this front radiator core support is down where it's supposed to be. I don't know. I never should have pulled the fenders off the damn thing. I should have just, but I had to get the cab corner repaired. It's driving me insane. It's not going back together the way it should. It's driving me nuts. You can see how much a fender's gotten all scratched up. I'm trying to work on it. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. So even raising the back edge up, it doesn't help the alignment at all. And right there, it's way too far forward for the body mount, or the fender mount bolt goes. So I don't know if I'm going to have to raise the front of the cab up even more or not. Because I've got just the rubber bushings, cushions in the front like it's supposed to be there. I don't want to take them out, because then you have no cushion in the radiator core support with the frame. When you look at the truck from the side, it still slopes down a little bit in the front. But this gap between the cab and the bed looks really good now. So I don't know. It's got me bewildered, that's for sure. I fought with this yesterday for about 5 hours out of the 9.5 hours I was out here. And it's driving me crazy. I did get this hood hinge raised up like it's supposed to be. Of course, it's too hot out here, and so I get frustrated really easy with this issue. I guess end result is I'll make 2 more shims, put under the front cab mounts, and go there, but then my bolts aren't going to be long enough. This driver's side bolt, I was barely able to get that on. I don't know. Oh. Times like this, I wish I had just rewired it and called it good, screw the cab mounts, and just drive it. I'm getting very frustrated with this whole project. So, I don't know. I'll figure something out and come back when I got it figured out what I'm gonna do. Okay, the more I think about this and look at everything, the more I'm thinking when this thing was in an accident, the frame actually got tweaked. I mean, you can see the bolt holes don't line up here. It's way off here. Don't even see the bolt hole there. It's clear back here. But if you look at this, that's only a 1/4 of an inch back. But then super tight at the top of the door, and big gap at the bottom of the other side's actually worse, and that's the side that got hit. Because if you recall in my previous videos, that section of the frame was all caved in, and I cut it out and repaired it. What I'm wondering is if this somewhere from that point forward isn't kicked up. And the only way to correct that, because I don't have a frame machine or a frame table, is cut the frame, just put a slice in it, drop it, pull it down, or jack up the front, jack up the frame, let the front sag, clean it, and weld it back together. I could also explain partly why the tires wear out so fast on it. But I'm pretty much determined that that's the cause of the problem I'm having with this fenders not fitting right. I did pull the cab back as far as I could, which gave me an inch gap at the bottom of the cab there in the front of the bed. The problem still is, looking in here, you can see the holes are not lining up again. It's the same on the other side. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do at this point. I'm so frustrated with it. I think I'm just going to stop what I'm doing on this front end. I need to take a break from it. That's all there is to it, until I figure it out, what I'm going to do to fix it. When I got the cab pulled back, I tightened up the rear cab mounts, sucked them down as tight as I could. I put new spacers, shims underneath the front, which raised it, let's see, what is this, 1/8 inch, 3/16, let's measure it. Okay, this the right way. Alright, that stuff, 3/16. So I made two 3/16 shims yesterday, last night. Got them put under the front and sucked the back of the bolts down. And it's not as angled down in the front as it was, but it's still not level. And the only other option I have is keep shimming the front of the cab up until the fenders line up better. And if they can line up better, then the radiator core support should pull back to where the bolt holes line up. But I'll have to get longer mounting bolts for that if I do that. I mean, probably gonna have to go up another 3/16, so that equals what? 3/16. It's 3/8 of an inch. Am I thinking that right? Yeah. So I don't know what that'll do with my steering column mount. That'll be affected. It's the only thing in the cab that would be affected by it. So, and this sound deadening insulator, thoroughly disappointed in that. It's all coming undone over there on that side. Starting to over here. And ain't been nothing done to it. So, yeah, I've been fairly frustrated for yesterday and today. I think what I'll do is just walk away from it, think about it. I'm gonna pull the bed off. I got a lot of work to do to that. I've got to repair every one of these, all four corners. I mean, get that pulled back in and welded back together. Same with this one, the two front ones. Back here, I need to take this cross member out, move it all the way to the back of the frame. Blocking the camera. The spare tire carrier right here out, because you don't need it. I'm gonna have to cut the inner front or the bottom frame section a little narrower so it widens the gap. I'll do that on both sides so that new gas tank will fit in there. Stupid neighbor and his crotch rocket. They crank it up all the time. It'd be different if it was a Harley. Anyways, so yeah, I think I'm going to shift over, focus on this, because I'm just thoroughly frustrated and stuff. The sooner I can get the gas tank in and get it hooked up, fuel lines ran, then that way when I finish the wiring under the dash and stuff, it'll be ready to go. I do need to pull the rear wheel off that side, see if it's the axle seal or if it's the brake cylinder that's leaking. I got a feeling it's probably the brake cylinder. I have new ones, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shut this off and get back to work. As much as I wanted to get that front end done, it just has me totally pissed off. So until I figure it out, it's best to walk away. So, alright. I'll come back later when I got something else figured out and done. Okay, here we go for another round. Still working on the bed. Making progress. Just good. Let me turn this around and I'll show you. You can see that's quite a big chunk of fender cutout. What I did, this piece I fabricated this morning. You can see it's got multiple curves. This is actually going to be mounted to the step, but it'll go in like so. And I'll show you. Actually, I just take it over there because I got to go that way. I got to cut this lip out, and then this one will get welded in its place. Now, piece of the fender that I cut off. This is it. Look how thick that Bondo was. And here, this is actually the weld that they put in there. They just Bondoed right up to the top of it. Big old rusty area from where it was broke free. Never really attached. Rust hole, rust holes. Here's what the inside looks like. 1, 2, 3 layers of metal. Huge rust holes. This is what they did to compensate that. And you never do this. You don't ever wedge another sheet of metal in between two existing pieces to fill and strengthen it where it's already rusted out. You cut the damn spot welds out, take the piece off, meaning this piece, you make a new piece to match it, put that in. That reinforces the face piece. People that do this kind of shoddy, crappy work, they give everybody else a bad name. They shouldn't do this. It's totally disturbing. But anyways, enough about that. This piece is done. As you can see, I got all these holes welded shut. I got my new piece welded on the front. Those two were for the bolts. The bolts are welded in from the top. I cut the heads off the carriage bolts and then welded them in. Now I got to grind all this. I got to trim this piece back so I can make a cornered piece to come in and fill this like I did this piece. So, and of course, I already, already started laying out for the new one, like this, for the passenger side. I've got this piece, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I ended up using 16 gauge, I think, or 18 on this side, where that side's 20. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And when I started laying this out last night, cutting it out, I went to bend it this morning and I was like, what the heck, it won't bend. So, passenger side's going to be a little stiffer than this side. But once I get this all welded in and anchored, it should be good to go. This piece I'm just going to tie in here, come out and tie in here. So, yeah, I'm moving along, trying to get as much done on that bed as I can. Another thing I did, whoop, what did I do with it? Oh, trick I did, so I can mark my bedside up there, was I took my torpedo level, taped my marker to it. You can see my mark. It's nice and even all the way around. I just stuck it on the tire and drug it along there so it would mark it. Did both sides, so that's done. So when I take the fender off, I know where my marks are, where I got to cut, and that should give me plenty of clearance. It's 2 inches. I might go 3 at the top. I don't know. Well, I'll have to, because I got to replace the rear shackles. So yeah, that's going to drop it another inch or 2. So yeah, I'll be doing that. All right. But now you're caught up. Oh, let me do that real quick with this step. I'm going to wait to grind it all down until I have it, everything done. And then I'll go back and grind it. See if it's going to go in. Come on. Okay, let me set the phone down for a minute while I get it put in place. It's the bolts that are keeping it from going in. So hang on. Okay, just as I suspected, I'm going to have to elongate this hole more out to about here, because the bolt's not allowing it to go in. What I can do, well actually what I could do, I should say, is unbolt this from the frame when I'm ready to put the step back in. I'll do that. But in the meantime, what I wanted to show you, set it up there at least. That's what the wheels look like before I painted them. They're ugly, ain't they? So now, okay, hang on. So now, there it is. Sorry for the wobble. Now you can see what it looks like. I think that looks so much better than the way they had it dipped in there, dipped in over there. Fills the voids quite a bit, so I'm liking it. But, all right, that's where I'm at. Gonna leave it there. What I've got to do, I got to take this bottom corner because it's rounded. Once I get the step up there, I got to raise this up to match the bottom of the step, like so. Trying to do this one-handed is not easy. So, yeah. That'll be up. That'll be the new bottom of the fender edge. So technically I can mark that now. Right there. Okay. All right. Except for I don't have my marker. Oh, there it is. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna clean all the welds up on that after I cut that, like I said, and weld that new piece in. Get that new piece in on the end over there, and then I'll go from there. That's it. That's my update for now. Alrighty. Let me turn the phone around and I'll show you what I got going. Okay. This is the new bottom edge of the front of the fender on the driver's side. Shortened it up quite a bit. I got a support brace behind it. It's all fillet welded together. And we come over here, turn my light around. I won't grab that piece because it's still hot. It'll get welded in there, and it'll be flush. It'll be flush with the bottom of the step, so that'll work out. Once I get the step up in place, I'll go ahead and get that welded in, put the step in place, then I'll come back in and mark this, drill the holes through that bottom of the fender for my bolts. And that's all ground down now. Got it all finished and stuff. So that's ready to go in. I did drill some holes for the bolt to the filler panel. Sorry. Been out here 9 hours and I'm kind of tired. But yeah. Oh man, that light is super bright. Let me turn that a little bit away from me. Sorry. Yeah, my cameras are filthy. Sorry about that. Can't believe it's already 9 o'clock. I didn't get as much done or as far along as I was hoping to today. I'd hoped to have that piece welded in, cleaned up, and then the fender mounted, or the step mounted, I mean. But it takes time. Sorry, mustache share or something. But I think I'm going to call it a night. I still haven't ate dinner. I really would like to get that welded in before I go in for the night. Ouch. It was super hot today. Yeah, 95, but it was the humidity was up. That killed me. And on that piece, the fender, that is painted in between both layers, so to protect it from rusting. Let me see. Neighbor's out there with his torch, burning weeds. So, that's still warm. So, what was I going to say? I'll get that ground down. You can see inside I had pike at it because this metal's too thick to go in my shrinker. I tried it. It worked a little bit, and then it just wouldn't pull it. So, ended up just doing several pie cuts and then welding them. Yeah, I want to get this welded in, at least tacked in for tonight. And then, oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's got this, the back piece, I went a little higher and Probably shouldn't have. Probably should have made it the same as the front. I should do that. Grind this down so it's the same, and then when I weld it from the back side, it'll tie all three or two pieces in, three counting the top of the fender. I'm tired. That's what I was trying to say. All three pieces. And then, like I said, I could get the step mounted tomorrow. I think that's the best idea, is grind that down so that they're flush. But yeah, this shortened by raising that bottom edge up and replacing that raised the fender, the front lip of the fender, about 2 inches, I think it was. So, yeah, I'm pretty tired for tonight. Been going at it pretty good today. I just want to get this finished up with this side. Then I get a repeat on the passenger side. Yeah, to bend a 90, I'm going to have to put another brace in my sheet metal brake on the pivot part, because when you go to bend it, that thicker metal, it kind of starts bowing in the metal. So I'm going to have to put a stiffener in there, like I did the top. Because what it was doing yesterday when I tried bending it, it would kick the centerpiece out, the center section, instead of bending it. So, yep, I'll have to do that. I got another piece of rebar that's already 90 degrees. I just got to measure how far out I want it, and then see if I got some all thread and some nuts left, so I can use them. But all right, yeah, I'm gonna call this video done. Well, no, I'm not. I want to get that welded in. Then I'll come back and show you. Get it all put together, and then I'll show it to you, and then I'll call it a video. But I'm going to sign off for tonight. Be back at it tomorrow. Okay, welcome back again. I got a late start today, but that's okay. I finished what I was set out to do. It was 108 degrees in the shop when I opened up the shop this afternoon, and you can hear a fan running in the background. Harbor Freight had their 30-inch pedestal fan on sale, $50 off, so I went and grabbed one. 3 speeds. Let's see, it definitely moves some air. That's everything about it, and right now excuse me, it's on medium right now. So, but this is what I wanted to show you, what I got done. You can see the step. This edge right here will come down a little bit because of the support brace, but she's up there. I've got to got the vice grips right there because I had to mark for the holes to bolt it to the fender. But yeah, come over here and show you what she looks like. Oops, zoom out, not in. But yeah, she looks a lot better on the sides. this back corner of the fender will get pulled in tighter and stuff. But yeah, I think it cleaned up the look of it a lot. Can't believe it took me this long to get it done. Now I'll take, get it all body worked, and then get it primered real good. I do need to make a piece to fill in this gap here, but I'm going to attach it to the fender and stuff. It'll just be a 90-degree bend piece, I think. Something to close it off, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty nice the way it turned out. Now I just got to get it bolted in and stuff. But yeah, I won't bother doing any videos on the passenger side, since I did plenty on this side. Once I get the other side caught up, then I'll go in and start cutting all these carriage bolts, the heads, in half, grind them off, tack weld one side, grind the other side off, fully weld them in, so it'll be all nice and flush inside. You won't see them. I have to do that once I get the bed off the truck. So yeah, I think that's going to round out my video for this weekend, and then I'll start on hopefully I can get the other step done quicker than this one. They always say the first one's the hardest. So now that I got everything made for this other side, it should go quicker and stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to waste my time bolting it on, because I was going to pull the fenders off anyways. So I don't want to do double the work. But yeah, the Bondo neck edge is almost 1/4 inch thick on the fender. I don't know why they didn't hammer it out. I mean, it wasn't that difficult to straighten it. I did that when I welded the new bottom piece in. So all right, yeah, I'm gonna sign off for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share. Also, my Amazon link is in my description. There's some things in there that if you'd like to help my channel out, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks again.